Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of ASN on this first week of Black History Month. We commemorate all the athletes that attend this historically black university and for everything that they do. Speaking on that topic, we look into the baseball team's trip down to South Florida, recap our men's basketball team's big win versus the number one team in the conference, preview the softball season, and we also give our Super Bowl picks later on in the episode. You ready, brother?
Let's get right to it.
Let's get it.
What a great day it is to record for the ASN, Shane. And like my co-anchor Shane said, happy Black History Month to all. Happy Black History Month to all.
Happy Black History Month it is. Now we will welcome our resident baseball analyst, Jaden Barney, to discuss the baseball team's big trip down to South Florida. Oakwood traveled down to South Florida this past week as they start out the series against Florida National University this past Wednesday. Oakwood would unfortunately fall to the Eagles 9-3 in the first game, but would carry that momentum into the second game.
The second game of the doubleheader was an instant classic, with the Ambassadors and the Eagles trading blows with one another, going back and forth all the way up until the seventh inning.
Yeah, Jaden, instant classic it was. Unfortunately for Oakwood, though, they would eventually lose to Florida National, with Florida National winning on a walk-off walk. This doesn't exclude the impressive hitting performance that the Ambassadors displayed in this game, with a total of 13 hits and 15 runs drawn in. Jeremy Matos will contribute to this with a home run in the top of the third, and also star player Jordan Jennings will rack up 2 RBIs.
Also, when we're looking at key players into the game, we also have Joshua Mack coming in with 3 hits and following 2 RBIs. Although Oakwood would unfortunately lose the following 3 games against Florida National, if I'm this team, I have a lot to be encouraged about, and I have a lot to look forward to. And we see that the bats are truly coming alive. We talked about this last week, talking about knocking off the rust and continuing to progress in the season and become more lively. And after that high-scoring game that I saw this week, we can truly say that them bats are truly waking up, and them boys do mean business.
Oh, that is right. They definitely do mean business, Jaden. The Ambassadors will rack up 27 hits and leave a lot to be encouraged for the remainder of the season, 27 hits in the series. They were picked to finish last in the preseason polls, but from what I'm seeing, Jaden, that sounds like a really crazy statement.
Oh, absolutely.
The Ambassadors will continue their road trip to New Orleans to face the 2-2 Dillard University in a doubleheader February 13th, Thursday. First pitch will be set at 11 a.m. Now we will get into the recap of the basketball team's past win with Jonathan Walden and Delito Kulameka.
The Ambassadors are back in the win column, holding off the conference-leading Stillman Tigers for an 84-80 victory. This is the second matchup between these two conference opponents, with the Ambassadors losing the first one at home 59-55. Despite the outcome of the first game, there was hope for the Ambassadors, with their defense causing Stillman to struggle shooting all around 38% from the field and 21% from behind the arc. And you know what they say about defense. Defense travels.
Yep.
And the Ambassadors went down to Stillman and brought suitcases full of it, causing the poor shooting from the Tigers to continue in this matchup, with them shooting 35% from the field and 26% from behind the arc.
The Ambassadors capitalized off of the bad shooting night from the Tigers, shooting 61% from the field and 35% from beyond the arc, with Jordan Bell continuing to prove why he should be first team all-conference, leading the team with 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists, while shooting 11 for 16 from the field and 6 for 9 from the free throw line. He returned to his old stomping grounds and did not disappoint in this matchup versus his old team. His partner in crime, Jamarcus Alexander, has been a consistent option to look to the second half of the season, finishing with 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting 9 for 14 from the field. J. Will Thornton also pitched in with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. I feel like we are really witnessing the turning point for this team.
I would have to agree, because when you look at teams who have been in the midst of long rebuilds, like the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Pistons, the Cleveland Browns, the Charlotte Hornets, just to name a few, rarely do fans and outsiders in the moment see the light at the end of the tunnel. Rarely do they see the team beginning to turn the page. But right now, right here, I believe that we're beginning to see Oakwood turn the page right now in front of our eyes. And when you look at the additions of Jordan Bell transfer, Jamarcus Alexander, Jordan Green, who joined the team in the second half of the season, they've really helped elevate the team's play, and we see it now as they begin to get more wins.
I agree, Dali. So I can even go as far as to say that if we had Jamarcus Alexander and Jordan Green in the first half of the season, man, we may have 3 to 4 more dubs under our belt.
Easily. It's not crazy to say we probably even have 10 more wins under our belt. They've been that good. This is the time of the season where the Ambassadors have to forget about how the season started. Going into conference play soon, this is a different team. They have a new vibe, a new swag to them. And it's infectious, quite frankly. You can see the fans beginning to feel it. And as the Ambassadors pick up their first away win of the season, now they get to come home. The fans get to welcome them in, and they'll play Dalton State this Tuesday, February 11th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Ambassador fans, hype them up. This team is gearing up for a big run. I can feel it.
Now, Lisa, I have to agree, man. I have a great feeling about this last stretch of the season. Like you said, the vibe is infectious, and I know the fans are feeling it. Since we started the show, the Ambassadors have gone 2-4, and I know that what you're thinking, that's still a losing record. But hey, this team has been through a lot. They've come a long way. Hopefully, we can continue to stack wins in that win column.
That's true. This Ambassador team has gone through a lot of turmoil this season, a lot of losing, but that's all in the past now. We're 2-4 in the past 6 games. This Ambassador team is going to heat up, and don't be surprised if they go on a run going into conference play. And now with that being said, we'll now welcome ASN anchor Shane Dunkley, and we'll take a look into the girls' upcoming softball season.
Softball season set to kick off at Byron College February 8th with a doubleheader Saturday night at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central. The girls are ready to build on the early hype they are receiving from this season. By the time this episode drops, the girls would have already played their game against Byron College, so we will look forward to that next week.
The HBCU Athletic Conference has the Ambassador girls finishing numbers 2 in their preseason rankings. The Ambassador girls also had 3 senior girls make the preseason all-conference first team, including preseason pitcher of the year, Sydney Arnett. Arnett finished last season second with 133 strikeouts and 132 innings, while posting a 3.6 earned run average.
Katie Johnson hit an average of 337 in 83 at-bats a year ago, scored 18 runs, drove in 11, and was 7th in the conference with 13 stolen bases. Janae Murrow hit 380 average in 79 at-bats last season, scored 17 runs, drove in 14, and was 7th in the CAC with 3 home runs. The Ambassadors have different makers all over the field, with other players such as Kaylee Fuller, numerous recruits, and freshmen who weren't even included. The Ambassadors should be feeling great going into this season, Daliso.
I agree, Shane. I couldn't agree more. In previous conversations with head coach Robert Harris about the upcoming season, he said, our culture is directed towards being a championship program. We're closer than I thought we'd be. Where we are right now, I thought it would be our 4th year, and we are there, starting our 3rd year. So the girls are well ahead of schedule in terms of being a contender. And we even see the conference beginning to notice that and respect that, with them putting the girls finishing second in the preseason polls. They're well conditioned, and the girls have been practicing hard. So I don't think that early season rust will be a problem for the girls.
Most definitely, Dali. So put some respect on those girls' names. With the season kicking off, their conditioning will be put to the test, with the girls playing 7 games in the next 9 days. Coach Harris makes sure to, focus on conditioning and making that a focal point in the beginning of the season, and now we see why.
I couldn't agree more. In the 3rd year of the program, this is going to be a great year for the girls softball team. All the girls will get to play in the early part of the season, and man, I just wish they had some home games sooner, but I can't wait for their first home game, February 15th versus Harris-Stowe State University.
Hey, man, you know what they say about that number 3?
What
the
they
Holy
say?
Trinity,
Okay.
The Ball brothers, the Watt brothers, the Mannings. 3rd time is a charm. The 3rd year of the program will be one for the books. Make sure you look out for them Ambassadors. They're going to swerve around the corner. Whoa. Speaking of swerving, oh, wait, I forgot to say bending. Swerve, I don't know, however that song goes, man. I'm too old for this, man. Speaking of swerving and bending that corner, fellow ASN anchor Dalitso Kulameka and Jonathan Walden will be joining me to discuss our NFL Super Bowl picks. It all comes down to this. Winner takes all. Super Bowl 59, Chiefs, Eagles in the Bayou. Who you got, John?
Man, it's been a great football season, man. Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles representing the NFC. But I got to go with the Eagles, man. Saquon, Jalen. Eagles. Did I say the Eagles?
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I got the Chiefs kingdom, baby.
Okay.
You know what it is. Patrick
like-
Mahomes never lets us down, baby. Kansas City Chiefs going for a three-peat. Hey, man. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna let them do the talking for me.
Hey, I'll jump right into it because you know me. I'm a Raiders fan. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs. So I'm gonna tell you all why the Eagles are about to win. Look, I was so confident with Saquon going into the Commanders game. Now look, he's not gonna have the biggest game. I'm not gonna tell you he's gonna run for 150, 180. Nah. A cool 70, 80, 100. He's still gonna be a factor though. The Chiefs are 8th in least missed tackles, and I know what you may think. That's a good thing, right? No. Washington was 5th in the least missed tackles, and we saw Saquon's first run of the game. He broke 3+ tackles, took it 65 yards to the crib. Look, Saquon has 9 50+ yards on the season, and that's more in a single season than MVP Adrian Peterson and Barry Sanders had in a single season. Jalen Hurts torched the Chiefs last time they played each other in the Super Bowl, and I think he's going to do it again. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. The Chiefs struggled against tight ends, so this is going to be a good game for the Eagles, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to be able to do it again. He's going to have a big game. The Eagles defense has been great all year, but with that all being said,
No way.
Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Ain't no way.
I can't overthink it. I got to pick with my head over my heart. My heart was the Eagles, but my head's telling me the Chiefs. Mahomes, 5 out of the last 6 Super Bowls he's been in. He's going for his 3-peat. I got to go with the Chiefs, man. Shane, take us home.
Hold on. That's a shocker right there. That is a shocker.
That is.
Daliso, the Raiders fan, is picking the Chiefs.
I got to go with the Chiefs, man.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with both of y'all. and let me tell you why, right? The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. They've been the best team in the NFL for a while now. I'm going to have to disagree with Daliso with Saquon. Saquon's going for at least 200 rushing yards. That's not even up for a debate. He's the best running back in the NFL. The MVP. It's not Josh Allen. I don't know why they gave him the MVP, but it's Saquon Barkley. Actually, this game isn't going to be close, and I'm standing on that. I do not care. This is going to be at least a 20-point game. That Eagles pass rush, Georgia, just a Georgia defense, basically. You know, those boys, they're going to eat, man.
You got to pick with your head, man. Your heart's getting to you,
No.
This
is with my head. This is what I've seen from the season, right? From the stats, from my own 2 eyes, man. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. When you look at both teams, they're both possession games. They love to burn the clock and make the fans watch as excruciating football, man. They love doing that, but the Eagles are just better at that, at every position, minus the quarterback, but they don't need a good quarterback.
So what's your score prediction?
41-20 Eagles.
Well, what's your score prediction?
I just want y'all to know, don't let it be a one-score game in that fourth quarter, because when that boy is on that field,
It's true.
you can count on him.
But
my score prediction, 35-28.
My score prediction, I got the Chiefs winning 30-23, and Mahomes is going to take this one home, man. 3-peat.
Man,
the best quarterback we've ever seen play. Brady is still the greatest, though.
Yeah, definitely.
It is true.
I don't know. I can't agree with that, but we will see Sunday, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, down in the Bayou. We got Eagles, Chiefs. Thank y'all for tuning in for another edition of ASN. We had a fun time here, and we'll see y'all next week.
Chiefs Kingdom. Let's go.